Hello, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome. Cancer, this is good for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and cross-watching. And this is your end of December last reading before 2023 with me, Julie Poole. Thank you so much for being here. And before we get started with the cards, I just want to say a huge thank you to you all for your support and watching and liking and sharing and subscribing, especially the subscribing, because it really has helped my channel to grow. We hit the 100,000 mark a few weeks ago and it's down to you guys. So thank you so very much for your support. All right, my lovely people, we're going to be looking at your current energy and what's coming in and finishing off with an angel message for you. So fairly brief, and I hope it helps a little bit. So what's going on for my Cancers, please? Current energy for my Cancers. Okay, 10 of Wands. Doesn't surprise me. Page of Cups. How many do we want? 4? They'll tell me. The Star and the 7 of Cups. One more? Yeah, one more. Okay. I'm just listening to my higher self and the guidance that comes through. Okay, and we've got the Empress. All right, so Cancer, you have been struggling, my lovely people, but your central energy is the Star. So this is going to shift and change because in this context, the Star is a very healing, gentle energy. So let's look at this 10 of Wands. Burdens, heaviness, responsibility, tiredness. Now, many of us are rather tired by the time we get to the end of the year. Yeah, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? Hey, so what we've got here is this: let's own it, let's recognize it, and let's pat ourselves on the back, Cancer, and say, I've done really well. I've got through a lot of ups and downs, because no year just goes really smoothly. You know, life isn't like that. It has its ups and downs. But 2022 has had its fair share of those ups and downs, my beautiful people. So let's recognize it, because when we recognize it, then we're able to do something about it. So we're saying, right, I'm tired and I need to take a step back. I need to rest and recharge and reboot so that I can hit 2023 with the ground running. I can't recall what I said in your 2023 readings because I do so many of them. The link is below if you're interested in those. They're about an hour long. They're quite full. But whatever is going on this year, you're coming to the end of the year going, I am pretty exhausted. And what I want for myself, I want to go to that 7 of Cups. What I want for myself for 2023 is more options and choices that don't leave me at the end of 2023 as exhausted as I am at the end of 2022. So we want an easier year. So we want to start looking at some of these options right now. There will be options. This is your current energy. Excuse me a moment. I have an itchy nose. Okay. All right. So there will be some options. That 7 of Cups is saying choices, options. And here's the Page of Cups bringing in the beginnings of those options for you. All right. So we want to see that 10 of Wands starting to ease away and ease off. Now, I like these two for you very much. So 2 major arcana cards. Creativity, beauty with the Empress. What do I want to create? What do I want to grow? And I want to do it in a gentle, healing way. All right, so it's linking in with this 10. So the 10 is completions and endings of wrapping up that cycle, wrapping up, you know, it's a very busy time, end of December for most people because of the holiday season. And also with work, you know, many of you are wrapping up projects at work, you know, want that finished before we go off for Christmas, all that kind of thing. It's a bit heavy, a bit full on, all right? So that's okay. When we recognize it, we can then begin to start pacing ourselves. And the Star is this beautiful energy of I need to look after me. especially when it's with the Empress card, because the Empress is Venus led. So this is all about love. What do I love? What do I care about? Well, let's start with me. Everything starts with yourself. I need to care for me, and I need to really connect with that which, what are you saying? Okay, so sorry, I'm just listening. Some of you, as many of us do, sometimes we end up just going through the motions, you know, different day, different dollar, kind of Groundhog Day type thing. And so what we want to do is step back and reconnect with the heart, reconnect from the heart. All right. Why am I doing what I do? I want to love life. I want to love beautiful things. All right. With the Empress and the Star, it's all right. Give yourself permission to connect with things that you love. So starting with you, all right, I love my energy. And if my energy is depleted and tired, then I need to be really looking after myself. Okay, so this is what is currently there for you. Do we need to put them back in the right order? No, they're saying it doesn't matter. All righty. So other deck. Okay. Different deck. All right. Both of these are Marchetti, by the way. Links are below to the cards I use if you're interested. Okay. So what's coming in for my Cancers? We can see what's going on. I like that Seven of Cups, particularly. Choices, options. What's coming in? Let's start with that Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups again. Okay. Empress. King of Cups. The Star. Page of Cups again. Okay, you're getting repeated messages here. All right, Five of Coins is under that Seven of Cups, and the World is under that Page of Cups. Okay, let me bring the camera down so you can have a better look. Okay, so what we've got here, my beautiful people, another Seven of Cups, repeating message, another Page of Cups, a repeating message. So very often what we find with energy, all right, this is kind of current, this is what's coming in, it means that the two are merging. All right, the two are kind of we don't go from that to that, they're dovetailing into each other, if that makes sense. So we have options that we can look at to be able to remove that 10 of, or okay, they're just correcting me, not necessarily remove all of the burdens, because this is real life, but to be able to reduce them, to be able to make them more manageable. So looking at those options. So for example, can you give me an example, please? Okay, yeah, let's see, bring the camera up so I can talk to you. For example, let's say you're looking after elderly parents as well as your own children, as well as your job. That's a lot going on, okay? So what are the options? Who else is available to help you with your elderly parents? Who else is available and around you to help you with your children, partner, grandparents? Who else is around? Let's start shifting, sharing the burden of the responsibility. Okay. Now, King of Cups under that Empress. So the King of Cups, a very family orientated, very typical Cancer card here, because we do care about the family. We want to make sure the family's okay from a place of love and compassion and loyalty and protection for the family, but also from a place of we need to get a bit creative here, Cancer. All right. The Empress energy for me is very much about creativity. So let's come up with some creative solutions that's going to help reduce that 10 of Wands, right? So I'm going to get a clarifier on that, but it feels like, yes, there's responsibilities with the family, but I'm going to come up with some creative solutions. The Page of Cups is going to help me start to heal, balance, restore that imbalance. All right. So what are the options? The Page of Cups coming up twice is very much saying we need to be open to new opportunities. When you say to yourself, but there isn't anybody else, there is only me, then obviously you're blocking all other options, and they very often, for most of you, will be there if we can just start to open up to seeing them. So even if your entire being is saying, well, there's only me, there's nothing I can do about it, I want you to just allow the possibility that there may be other support that you could tap into. So just Say to the universe, say to yourself, say to your higher self, thank you for bringing me solutions. Thank you for helping me to see other options. And then they start to move in, because that 5 of coins in this context is very much saying there is only me. All right. The 5 of coins can be about struggle with money. But in this context, I feel that this is more about, I feel left out. I'm in the cold. Nobody's supporting me. This is an energy of, well, poor me. And it's all right to have a pity party every now and again, but we don't want to stay there. This is an energy of there is only me, and life has been a little bit too much of a struggle. So I do want to open up to the other options, because that 5 of coins is under that choice card, seven of cups. Get your words out, you. We're moving into Mercury retrograde, so I do find my communication goes a little bit awry. Bear with me. So there are options. Let's open up, okay? In most countries, not all, but in most countries, there are social services, local authorities, support that is there if you push. All right. Very often, if you don't push, they'll leave you to it. But if you will say, I can't do it on my own, I need support, you will find in a lot of cases that there is support there. But also within the community. What about friends, neighbours, your parents' friends and neighbours? What about befriending services, support services? What else are there? All right. Now, I'm using that example of lots of burdens like parents and children and jobs, but it could be anything. All right. It can also be a state of mind, all right, where we tend to look at life, and we do go through these periods of life is really hard, and of course that's what we then experience, and we also draw to us more challenges and difficulties because we've aligned with difficulty. So we want to neutralize that. So let's move into an energy of life flows easily for me. All the support that I need is there and coming in and around me. I have everything I need, okay? As you align with that, you find that the choices and options do start to come in. So the good news is we have this 10 of Wands coming to conclusion with the World card. The World is completions, major completions. So yes, this is the end of 2022. We are completing 2022. Tick. Let's move into 2023 with a strong attitude of a new beginning, a fresh start, because after the World comes the Fool, a leap of faith. Going into the unknown, all right? Moving into different territory. Now that's important because the different territory thing, all right, when we've had these ups and downs and these burdens and these difficulties and challenges, and we recognize them and say it's been tough, the issue that we can have, and I'm in my therapist hat here, and I am a licensed therapist, so I'm allowed, okay? The issue that we have is that because it's been difficult, we're in this loop of life is hard, life is difficult. And even when some of that difficulty shifts out, we're still energetically in that it's difficult. So we want to end that and say, right, all that difficulty, it's coming to an end. My options and choices are opening up and it's going to get easier. All right. And then I want you to bring it into the now. So you start with that. It's going to get easier, which is in the future. We can never manifest for the future, but it's a good starting point. And then bring it into the now. Right. It's going to get easier from this moment forward, from right now. From right in this moment, life is getting easier because I am looking at all of the flow, all of the options, all of the choices. The 7 of Cups twice is lots of different options, and the Page of Cups twice is those options and opportunities opening up. So it's a very strong quadruple message about there are options around you. So let's open up to them and let them flow in. All right, my beautiful people. Okay, let's finish off with an angel card. Final message for my Cancers, please, for the end of 2022. Okay. All righty. And we have blessing. Now, this is one of the fastest ways to turn the energy around. You know, when we have, how do I get out of this? Count your blessings. All right. We get very caught up in life is hard and we stop seeing the positive. We stop seeing the good. We stop seeing the blessings. So to flip it, turn it around. Let's look at the blessings. Anything. All right. I want you to make a gratitude list, even if it starts off with, I can think of one thing, which is that I'm breathing. Let's start there. I can think of two things. I got out of bed this morning, all right? Even though it's cold or miserable or I was tired, I got out of bed. I'm blessed that I can get out of bed. Let's just start small and then build it up from there. But as you look at your blessings and you start to add more, well, there's my friend, and there's my roof over my head, and there's my fill in the blanks. As you align with those blessings, you start to draw more blessings to you, and that helps open those options up to move into that Fool energy that we want to see for January. All right. So Cancer, that's what I have for you. I would so appreciate it if you haven't, that you subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow. And I love you guys. Have an amazing holiday season. I will see you at the end of the year for your January readings, your general and your money and career. So do look out for those. And once again, thank you for being with me through this year. Whether you've been with me a while or whether you're new, you're very welcome within this beautiful tribe that we have here on this channel. So my love to you. You take care. Bye bye.